It is Thursday. I don't even know what number we're on anyway. We have Redline
66,
and
kid.
66.
It's a hot
66
mess
is
this
a
time.
number.
It's a
It's
hot
a
mess.
it's a lucky number to somebody, I'm sure. So,
Oh,
I
uh-oh.
got you
hey,
guys now.
we want to thank you guys so much for listening, for coming on and hanging out with us live. Remember that it's free to come on. If you want to sponsor the show, you can just let us know, and there's some sponsoring, and you'll get time in the beginning of the show and then in the middle. But as far as coming on as a guest and hang out with us, is completely free. Just um, let your friends know, and you come on too. Just send us a message on dopeandtape@gmail.com. It's probably that way because Instagram is we're getting so many DMs every day. It's hard to keep up, and it's just better than organize it because we both can see the
Yeah.
Gmail.
It is much
Yeah.
easier to keep track of in the Gmail, but I won't miss you on the DMs. Don't get it
No, no.
don't get
We
it
we
twisted. But it
we
is
check it. We check it every day. I slacked for a little bit, and then Bobby chewed me out. He said the next day I won't have lunch. He said all you can have is a couple of almonds if you can't check your DM, son.
don't leave the DMs hanging, kid. And there's like
No.
so many of them now. It's tough to keep up, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Yo, what up, Florencio? Doom Nation is here. Tonight we got Redline. You guys know Redline. He's been sharing. You started sharing
Dude,
recently,
yeah.
or maybe I just didn't find you till recently.
Yeah, no, I just jumped on.
Oh, good for
Jumped on
you.
Okay.
maybe a couple months ago.
You're doing good, man. You're
You
making
came in.
waves.
You came into the community heavy, man. We love it. It's
Been in the
nice to
industry
see
for a
you.
long time. Been in the industry for a long time.
Awesome. Well, we're
So
happy to finally
I
have
read
you
on
on.
on your Instagram it says that you've been doing it for like 80 years, and then you have around 15 years of experience with yourself. Is that right? Or
I got 30 years total.
okay,
Between me and my partner, my brothers, we got like a ton of years together. But yeah,
yeah.
Awesome. That's so
Oh,
cool.
I got
especially
30
when
years
you work
total.
together, you can add them
BC passed his test. What
for
test?
sure. Which test?
What test you talking about, Doom? He's now a fire alarm guy? No. You try? Is this a joke? Just because you want me to call him fire alarm guy?
So you have your license in sprinkler, and then now you have a level one, or so on NICET you can get a level one test
Oh, let me tell the Discord.
a fire alarm, or you can get a fire alarm inspection test. So those are the two basic tests.
Oh, so
I recommend if you're gonna do it, just go ahead and get the level one. Unless you just, I mean, there's not that big of a difference, not when you're studying for it. And
when I saw Brian was joining, I went to the side and I got myself off screen. I was just filming him. That's awesome. He's like,
did you
he's like, where are you?
did you
Where are you guys?
did, did you did you did you get what I said in the beginning?
No, because it's in the headset. I don't think it
Oh,
would have went to the hookers. That was awesome.
what's up, hookers?
There was just a bear. There was a bear on my road. We just came back. It's my daughter's birthday. We went, got some stuff, and I had to go to Tractor Supply. And then our way back, checking the mail, and there's just a bear just crossing the road, 100 yards away.
Yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
I was stuck at a four-way today. There was
Big old
I
bear.
guess he was like a crackhead. He kept checking his pockets in the middle of the road and holding his hands up. So I guess he forgot
What?
that I
Chad.
guess he lost his crack or
Yo, Chad, what
changed
up?
his money or whatever.
Wayne, everybody, thanks for being here.
Thank you guys so much.
Been following Redline since I saw Manny worked with y'all. Since I
Yeah,
saw.
Manny was here for a little while.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, you've been posting a lot. I like it, man. Keep tagging us. Everyone's starting to post more. It's great. It's great. Keep tagging us. We got one
So what
one
did you
lonely
hear?
wolf on Twitch.
Yeah. How did you hear about us about dope and tape in the community on Instagram? You just like
I was trying to think about that the other day. I think I was just found you guys on YouTube. I think I've
Oh,
been doing a
really?
lot of like YouTube research and stuff. I think you guys popped up. I started following on Instagram, and here we are.
Oh, that's awesome. I
wow,
don't know if
that's
anyone's ever
awesome.
told us they found us on YouTube
No, I
before.
never I never heard that.
Let's
Typically, they've
go.
came from
Instagram,
Instagram. That's
yes.
awesome. That's great to hear.
I
Because a
wasn't
lot of
even.
times, I mean,
Go ahead.
YouTube is lonely. It's super lonely.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
You-
there's no like I don't know. It's tough to chat or whatever.
Yeah.
I
So
wasn't
that's
as active on Instagram until you guys got me pumped up. So,
Let's go. I love your
that's
backdrop. You got all kinds
awesome.
of stuff back there. I see all kinds of
oh
stuff
yeah,
back there, huh? Heads and
Heads,
canister. Look
gauges,
at that. The
all
fitter
gauges.
got a
hat.
retard
The
chamber in
fitter
there.
hat, huh? I see that fitter hat
Yes,
over there.
sir.
It's iconic
That's
now.
awesome.
All right, so let's
I think
start with where are you from?
Southern California. We're based out of Colton,
Oh, okay.
California.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of work in the Inland Empire, Riverside. We try to stay on this side of town. We'll go to OC, LA when we have to,
Oh,
but
and
for
you
the most part, Riverside and San Bernardino.
that was you who tagged me said you were working with Marvette Raquel?
Yes,
Oh, that's cool.
yes.
So, did you reach out to her because you seen her on here, or that's just like a coincidence?
No, no. I seen her. I seen her on here. Yeah, I seen her on here, and then Coachella Valley. So I hit her on Instagram,
Sick.
and we always need help on alarms and stuff. So we hooked up right away. It was pretty cool.
That is
I like her
so
energy.
cool. Yeah, she had great
I like
energy.
her energy,
Chad
man.
sent her over. That was awesome.
Her
Yeah,
energy is
Shout out to
unmatched.
Chad. Chad wasn't even here for it. He set it up just so he could be a part of the show when he wasn't even he had no Wi-Fi, sleeping on a cushion.
What a
R
monster.
Quills, what up, R Quills? That
So
is our
you
boot
said it's a
giveaway winner.
family, so it's a family business, and how did it get started? Because you said you got like it's you, two other brothers, and then how? I mean, y'all been
yeah.
in
It's
this game
one.
for a
It's one
while
brother.
together.
Yeah, and my sisters were running the office here for a while. My brother's in the field with me. We had nephews. We've had my boys are with me now. Two of my sons. So it just started, the corner of my living room 15 years ago, and
Wow.
we did what we could. We probably did like a year at home, and honestly, it just got busy. We ended up renting a storage shed for equipment and material. We're doing fabbing out of like a RV storage. They had power for us, and I think 2 years later, we're in our own shop.
Dude, that's
Wow.
So
so cool.
I couldn't imagine me and Bobby saying, "Oh, we've been doing this for 30 years."
Yeah, right.
One day we'll
yeah,
say it, but I can't
One
even
day.
imagine that.
Shout out to Coachella Valley. Shout out to Cali. We got the Cali folks. Oh, Raquel's here. Let's go. Vince with Redline is my guy. Boston Bobby and the Georgia Peach, Brian. I love it.
yeah, definitely started talking to a lot of different people after the show. Everybody connecting with each other.
It's
So pretty
great.
cool.
It's great.
Good
That's
job,
Yeah, that's
you
how
guys.
I know I'd say this a lot, but that's
he's
the
gonna
whole point of
he's
the
gonna
dope
say
and
it.
take.
Say it. Say the C word. That's his favorite word. It's community, baby.
Community. Community. Yeah,
The
because there wasn't
community.
one, man. There
There,
wasn't one. I was
there
cold
truly
calling
wasn't.
people.
Yeah, we were just. He was cold calling people.
I cold call you. I cold called you on
he,
Instagram. You're like,
he had no
hello?
community. He's just calling random people. Somebody talk to me.
Hey, this is what's going on. What you got? I gotta
And
fix this.
oh, and now we're all just like linked up and tagging each other. Everybody's doing all different things. Jeremy, what up? Jeremy's here. Oh, see, I did this last time. Am I missing shit?
So while I wanted to bring this up. So this kind of came up today. I was at a meeting at a high rise in Atlanta, and there I was first time in this building. I just had a meeting to go meet with them to try to get their business and to introduce myself. And I walked in and I looked at their pump room and their risers and everything. And their last inspection was from 2021. And
Oh,
I told him, yeah, I was standing there with the chief engineer, and I was like, and I told him, you manage this whole building, right? This is your responsibility. And he said, yes. I said, well, you are legally liable for all this. So if something happens, or if the fire marshal comes in here and wants to write you a citation, it goes to you personally.
oh,
So it's not, for example, I was in court I guess like 3 weeks ago, and an apartment complex property manager was in there, and she was the case before us, and she got fined, I want to say $4,000. But then she resigned from the property. Well, that citation, that criminal citation is attached to you personally. So
Oh
she
shit.
still has to pay and handle that $4,000. It's not the property.
And that would be for like not scheduling an inspection type deal or letting it
That's
lapse
that's
or
for a non-compliant building.
how would it
So whatever causes it non-compliant, you can
Not
get
keeping up with your
a
certification.
citation.
huh? How would it
Right.
not fall onto that person? Like how could it not be their fault? Like maybe it wasn't her fault.
No, according to NFPA, it is the building owner and the building manager.
Huh.
So the yeah, I mean, I would imagine, I'm sure there's a protocol. I know we're going to get a fire marshal on here soon, but I know that there's a protocol of who they can cite, but it's a personal citation. It's not a company thing.
Wow.
Like you can't throw your hands up and be like, I just work here. Like that
Whoops.
doesn't.
I missed the
Yeah.
call.
Oh, I didn't know. We were trying to. No, that goes. That is writing it to
And
you,
the
and it's not
previous
going to be a
service,
couple.
the 2021 service company probably just assumes that another service company came in there. They're
Yeah.
not going to call and hound and think that they didn't get serviced.
Or they were turned away, or
Mm,
and there's also companies that have bad scheduling. They
mm.
can't keep up through software or
Buck gets
whatever.
passed all the way to the bottom. But yeah, I mean, we say this all the time. You could end up in jail yourself for doing some shady shit.
Yeah. So thankfully I got him out of it, but the my I don't want to say client because I was just there as a subject matter expert, but um he was gonna go on probation,
Redline
personal
rocks
probation.
from Daniel Morales. Paul's World. Yo, Paul, what up? He says, "Hey y'all, my wife and I are watching while I help her fold hair salon capes and towels." That is it. I like that. Are we on the
That's what's
TV?
up,
You got
man.
you got to screen share us to the TV. I was at my mother-in-law's and I tried watching one of our YouTube videos on like screen sharing it to her TV, and
Uh
it was in front of me was a Vizio TV, and I all that was there was a Samsung, but I just like clicked it, but it was the person's TV downstairs, which is my wife's uncle. So I think that like he just was watching TV, and all of a sudden I just like screen shared the YouTube video to his to his
yeah.
TV. I love how you could do that.
I've done that at a gym. The gym I was working out at.
Oh, and you
Just
take the
screen
TV
shared
over
it.
if they don't have like password on it.
Yeah.
Eric, hey peeps, Daryl's here. What up, Daryl?
What's up, Daryl?
I'm just here
Which
so I
Daryl?
won't get fined. Daryl Rich.
Hmm.
It's Canada Daryl. He was asking me about my Second Amendment rights. He was like,
we
"Whoa."
were we were we were walking the job today with the fire marshal, Rialto fire marshal. I talked to him, young guy. I think he's only been on for 3 weeks. Before that, it was like schooling and stuff like that. But talked to him, told him about the show. I told him, you guys are looking for guys,
Oh, thank you.
inspectors.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
it was cool. Hopefully he's watching. He might be watching. I told him about it. But
Yeah. Listen, Brian said in the
yeah,
beginning, anyone that wants to come on, you're more than welcome to come on.
Yeah, it's
Show for
free.
fire protection
It's
professionals. Come
free.
on, tell us your stories. It's free to come on. We do
back
have we
Well,
back to
do
I
the
have ad space.
certification. Back to the certification you were talking about. Here they just started something called the compliance engine. So now we do a certification, a 5 year annual, whatever it may be. You got to upload that report on the search engine. There's a little fee for it. So basically saves
Mhm.
the fire department time, and everything just gets documented quickly. So I think that's going to help out get things.
How long have
Uh,
y'all had that?
it's maybe like a year and a half, but it's starting to take
Okay,
off.
so that's
It's
the
just
same with
starting.
Atlanta. So I think we're going on 2 years now
Yeah.
on that, and that way, so like the fire marshal will roll up to a building with an iPad, or even like sit at the McDonald's parking lot and connect to the Wi-Fi and pull that building up, and he
Yep.
can see all the uploaded reports.
Eating French fries.
So
Yes, Daryl.
right. So that way, that way you don't have to go and actually do a walkthrough investigation and then spend all that time. And that way you just boom, what's going on. You walk in. You can walk in with a citation.
We got hit with
Yeah.
NFPA 241 changes today, and my day and my cancel it canceled my day for tomorrow
Right.
because we can't. There's no way to be compliant. We
What?
usually
How so?
usually so in the hospital, if I take the sprinklers down, I have to keep the smokes on. You can't shut the smokes and the sprinklers off. Big rule. You can't
Okay,
have both. If they're gonna shut the smokes down for a day, sprinklers have to be live.
I
So
got you.
anytime we go and we do this, usually, and this is like a new thing, usually we would have to shut them both up because as I'm taking the pendants and spinning them upright, the laborers are falling behind me, ripping the ceiling down because it's upright. So as far as we make it that day, they take the ceiling down. There's laborers ready. But what does that do when they take the ceiling down? It makes mad dust. So we
Oh
can't take the
wow.
smokes out. So we can't take the sprinklers and the smokes out. So we called for a fire watch, but it was too late in the day. And so now, like, then my day for tomorrow just got canceled. We only made it like a third of the way
Whoa.
through the space.
That's interesting. So also today the buildings I walked in Atlanta today were something else. So I was out on the east side of Atlanta, and I walked into it was a hotel, and again introduced myself and everything. I had an appointment to walk the building and everything, and she said that they were red tagged. The fire marshal's been involved and everything, but she cannot get the city to go out there because she says it's low pressure. So this is what I advise to her, and this is kind of how I handle it here in Atlanta, whichever county I'm in this in the state of Georgia. So what I will do if it's one of my customers is I send an email to the fire department as well as the chief fire marshal, and I tell them of the problem, and then I ask for assistance with the
City.
yeah, whatever municipal water supply is, right? And then I will let it sit for like 2 days. And then I'll get the email that the fire department and the fire marshal called. And then I will send an email showing that it is now their liability and now they are neglecting life safety. So then it becomes important. So you're kind of flipping it. Then
You need
because
to
if you
make it
don't do
important.
that,
You let them in on
right, if
the
you don't,
info.
yeah, if you don't do that, they're gonna be like, oh, whatever,
We don't know about
yeah,
it. What we don't know don't
yeah,
hurt
we'll
us.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Big
But
bride
once
guy,
you loop
huh?
those people in and put it as like neglect, and then you're what you're doing is transferring liability from the buildings, and now the liability is on to the city, to the fire marshal, to the fire department, because they're all aware and they're not doing anything about it.
That's a great idea.
So, so that's how you handle that.
That's a great trick right there. You could take a little soundbite of that and repost it for all you.
As far as far as inspection goes, you guys are inspecting off of NFPA 25. I mean, like we all are. We go into a place and you see some NFPA 13 deficiencies. After installing for 15 years straight, you kind of cringe at the stuff. But today I ran into a place where cold solder was like a standard thing in there, in the kitchen areas. So we kind of like over 200 cold solders, and I just didn't feel comfortable certifying the fire protection system. I mean, a fire sprinkler system like this. So we called in the AHJ for help, and of course it's original install, originally accepted that way. So you kind of just certify that system as working in good order, and then I guess in the deficiencies or in the commentary, you can put, NFPA 13 deficiencies that don't hold their certification back.
Yeah, they were all
But
too
Oh
it's
wow.
close.
like 4 feet, 4 foot apart. Yeah.
I wonder
And
So
it's
why.
the
kind of,
fire marshals, yeah, the AHJ does not want to get involved in that because once they do get involved
Who
and
fucked it up the
say
first
that
time?
it's yes or no and then changes, then now they accept it's back to liability. Now the new fire marshal accepts liability, but the original acceptance fire marshal is taking
Where'd you
liability
get
and
the
it's
poker
not on
chips
the
from
new
all of a
guy.
sudden?
So basically the fire marshal, the AHJ that you were talking to is like, whoa, hold up, I don't want no part of this.
yeah, they're the same authority having jurisdiction that accepted originally way back when. I'm
Yeah.
sure that inspector's nowhere to be found.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely not.
But I mean, the customer probably thinks I'm trying to make all this money. No, I'm not trying to do all that. I just need the okay to go ahead and certify the system with these types of deficiencies because it's not something you see every day.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
know,
Why were they so close?
they were just in the kitchen areas. I don't think they changed anything. I think they were just accepted that way. But if it was originally accepted that way, you kind of just got to certify it as operating the day of inspection.
We got Daniel
But
Morales in here. His wife works for Redline. Solid people in there. Paul says
That's
great
awesome.
Okay.
advice.
So
Silas,
how many
cheers to
employees do
Redline.
you have? Hey, oh,
Did he freeze?
he freeze up.
You still there?
Oh, I mean, he could have froze worse. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, he looks good right there.
Yeah, I gotta maybe take a screenshot, make it into an emoji.
We'll give him a few seconds to. He's holding his
All
breath
right.
a long time.
Yeah.
Raquel says maybe we should set up a function so we can all meet like a family reunion. Brian and I have talked about this probably a dozen times now. When, where, um, hopefully, hopefully, we want to do that. That sounds like a great idea.
Well,
Oh,
the
he's about to
idea
sneeze.
was
He's about to
to
sneeze.
use our funds
Oh
to get out.
shit!
We lost them.
Damn it! He's like, yeah,
The
screw these
whole
guys.
idea of like doing a get together was like eventually. I mean, I guess we'll have sponsors eventually, and then we can use that money to get a convention
What was
or
his
like a
name?
meet
Oh,
and
meet
greet and
ups.
do food and have companies there and
That's
do
it. And like
giveaways
Brian
and
said in the beginning, it's free to come on, but we do offer ad space in the beginning of the show for any, anybody who wants to put an ad, a 30-second ad, or we can whatever you want to do at the beginning of the show. Just email us and let's talk about it, and then we can start creating some revenue, and then we can do meet and greets and shit like that. It'd be awesome. Rent out like a function hall and get like some clam chowder, kid.
so
I sent him an invite. We'll see what happens.
for the inspectors. So according to NFPA 25, and this is strictly by the book, strictly by the book. If it's a sprinkler system protects a living dwelling, so let's say apartment complex, right? Then if there is a like a painted head, one painted head. I mean that's a little excessive, but let's say there's one, two, three, whatever. It should be according to NFPA 25 a red tag.
Oh, fuck, do I write in
But
this shit? Oh, you got it, girl.
it really makes the I mean that's the correct way, but everybody does yellow. Everybody. Because it's like you hang that and then you also had the business and and then the customer's mad and then because everybody else does yellow. I want to know what you guys think about that.
I can red tag it. I would have fun. I
Dude,
would have fun
I've
being an
done yellow
inspector.
for years. I've done yellow for years. I only know one company that does red, and I talked to the guy who decided to go that way, and we were looking at because I was also arguing it about the first. I was like, it doesn't look good as a business and everything else, and then he showed me the code book, and he's freaking right.
It's gonna fall onto you if you say that it's good and it's not good, or if it's
Yeah,
partially good and it's really not good at all.
and it's really only for it's for a living dwelling, so anywhere where someone's living and is protecting it.
Just seeing this. It looks like you figured it out, Rickwell. Uh-oh. Red line.
Is he coming back?
This is a Dope and Tape live show. You're live on air. This is Bobby speaking.
Can you send me another link? It's not letting me in. I gotta go in on my laptop.
Okay, I thought I sent it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It just said it's been removed.
I got you.
The original one's not gonna work, so it's probably a new one. I'm not sure.
Bam. Send. Sending. Sent.
Hop on in.
Hopefully, I'll be on here in a minute.
Yeah, we got. They can hear you right now. You can talk to him if you want.
What did I miss?
Oh, nothing. Just Bry. What'd you say, Bry?
Yeah,
Bry was saying something about something.
Yeah. Yo, yeah, I want to know his opinion. What he thinks about that as an inspector.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was
come on
trying
in.
to. I was using the phone since the laptop was lagging, and the phone overheated. I had the phone sitting by the laptop. I guess it didn't work out.
Brian, how was that Colombian dinner?
That was so she made like fried
Raquel.
empanadas.
Raquel.
No, I don't know.
Sorry.
Fried
I'm sorry.
plantains. So she shredded the plantains and then
Bruh.
squished them together and then
Raquel.
fried them.
What was I saying before? Sorry.
Gosh, it tasted good. And I put ketchup on it. And she's like, "You don't put ketchup on it." But man, it was delicious. And I don't know what
You gotta
the
put
heat
ketchup
was.
on it.
But it was good with ketchup.
Did you
It
get
was
it?
good with ketchup.
Did you get it, Vin?
Yeah,
Okay. It's
But I also got a tomahawk steak too. So I ate the tomahawk
Ooh,
steak
how
as
many
well.
ounces was that thing?
I don't know. It's freaking big though.
Did you finish it? You didn't. You got a
Oh
tomahawk
yeah,
and you
I
didn't
ate it
post a
all.
picture of it?
I didn't post a picture, but I get tomahawk often.
But post a picture of it. That's a sick steak. The hell's wrong with you? Brian's over here just enjoying himself and not sharing it with the world.
Like I guess like every 2 weeks, I guess, or anytime I sell something big, I grab me a tomahawk.
What'd you say?
Pictures, not loading up. Showing. Report a
Hmm.
problem.
Cintas, the uniform people, they get a lot of hate down here in San Diego for some reason from our old foreman.
No, they're from everywhere in
Cintas is
Georgia.
just easy to hate
They
on.
get. Oh man, everybody hates on them in Georgia. From what I was told,
Oh, here he is.
by a lot of people, Cintas is where the inspectors go to die. It's like it's like the last stop. They pay good. They got good insurance. And they just kind of go there.
There is one. I do see one
It's like
fire
the.
protection Cintas van around. All right, I'm hanging up on you. Is he back?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh, there you are. We hear you now.
All right.
I had to hang up on you on Instagram.
Back.
So
He's back
let
in
me
action.
ask. Right. So
Yeah, no worries.
I was just talking about the tag situation. So,
They do both, Raquel.
normally, if you have an apartment complex and there's painted heads and stuff, you hang it like a yellow tag. So I don't know about you, but in Georgia, it's green, yellow, red. But there's a company here in Georgia, and I kind of fussed at them when I first heard about it. But I did look at the code book with him, and he's right. Since it's a living dwelling, it should be a red tag.
Oh, I never
Is
told
that how y'all are kind of doing it there too?
If it gets bad enough, we just see a red tag. Before any tag goes up, they tell them to fix it. We get called out. We repair it. If they take their time, I've always only seen red. So
Okay.
either either you're not getting it done, red tag goes up.
See, I've never hung a red tag for a painted head, except for there was one apartment complex that I had to ask for like additional 3 days to walk because I wrote up every single head in every single apartment, and I ended up hanging red tags on the whole place. And then
So
my
on
company
every
at the
sprinkler,
time, huh? Almost
every sprinkler.
everyone, like bad, like
So
terrible.
so you're saying one tag on every sprinkler?
No, no, I would hang a tag on the riser,
Oh,
but
got it.
I wrote up just about like every single
Oh my god.
sprinkler head. Like it was bad.
So if you got a building that has one bad head, you have to red tag it,
If it is a living dwelling,
and just one bad head out of hundreds.
one bad head.
Red tag that
That
whole thing.
well, that floor is red tag.
What if you
So
pull
if
out
you
your
have
pocket knife and you scrape the paint off of the bulb? Good night, baby. It was my daughter's birthday.
Birthday girl.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do that.
No, there's more lenient here, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just only one company in Georgia. Just one company. The other one was through Yellow. It was something that was new to me. And it's as a company thing, I know customers get mad and stuff, but he's right. So
I'm back.
I've seen
it's
YouTube comments
interesting.
are not working. Why? What do you mean?
I've seen failed reports go on to the following year. Like we got failed reports out. We didn't make any corrections, so they never got any certifications. They called us out the next year for another annual. We're writing up the same corrections again,
Oh, for sure.
if not more.
No,
But
Oh, for
no, the
sure.
mini player. The I see YouTube comments.
suppression, kitchen suppression systems, we put non-compliance tags up
Yeah.
saying that we did a certification. The non-compliance has a spot for whether it's a hydro or non-UL
What the problem is?
300 or whatever deficiencies you find. There's a little punch out for those tags. That's the
Yeah.
only other tag I've seen before a red tag goes up.
Did you do you have your license in kitchen hoods?
C16 covers that. So my
Okay.
California state contractor's license and then plus certifications, you know, from the manufacturers helps. But speaking of license, we gotta carry like a stack of license, I guess, around here. Uh,
Whoa.
you know, everything from contractor license to extinguisher cards, fitter
You
cards.
can't see
What
it.
else we got? San Bernardino County backflow, Orange
Dang.
County. Uh, what is it? Oh, this one's San Bernardino, Orange County, and Riverside. And then just you know,
You got a separate wallet for that? Or you got a briefcase for licenses?
Jeez.
I do got a
Holy.
separate wallet.
So you're out in the field working, because you're making your videos, right?
Yeah, I
But
do. Yeah, some of the guys don't. I don't get none of their videos. They ask them for set photos and stuff. But yeah, I'm in the field today. You know, those guys did a PIV out there today.
That was
I just
cool.
showed up real quick to help with
Killer
the
picture.
yeah young crew out there making it work today. Yeah,
awesome.
my son's 25, I believe. Probably got that wrong, but yeah, I think
Close enough.
and he's doing good. He's doing good. Yeah, he's running a lot of inspections. Not scared to get the repairs done. My other boy's on with us now, so good times. Good times. I got both my boys with me.
That's so cool.
That's no man, that's incredible. That's
Yeah. How
incredible.
old are you guys, by the way?
I'm
34.
31.
31, 34.
Yep.
And you both of your guys' dad took you guys to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
From
Oh
what I
yeah.
understand. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
really
that's
separates
how
you
I
from the
got
pack.
started. That's how I got started. Well, my father passed away when I was real young, so my oldest brother was my father figure, and you know, growing up in a somewhat of a bad neighborhood, and not wanting to go to school, he's like, you know, the streets ain't for you. Let's go to work. So, 16, 17, I was installing residential fire systems.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and it just went from there. He was like my teacher, you know, role model, getting it done, you know, get out there and make it work, and worked for a few different companies throughout. So 15 years with other companies, and now we finally this October are reaching our 15th year in business.
That's
So,
so cool. Yeah, you got a nice office. I like that office.
oh, thanks, man.
But I like that you're out. You
Yeah.
get out and you get out in the field too. I see
No,
that.
that's awesome. Is
I'm
there
more
some
comfortable in
companies
the
where
field.
they don't even do it? There's
Daryl's
a
got a
company here in Georgia that's like software guys that just started a sprinkler company.
Daryl's got a question for us. He was
What
in a
you got?
school with no sprinklers, but there was a standpipe, but there was in the fire hose cabinets there was fire hoses. And should we keep them or remove them? In Boston we take them out. In Massachusetts we take the hoses out. We don't want anyone trying to be a hero in there.
I think everybody's taking them out, but
In California, it's got to be a AHJ written approval to get rid of them.
Those
so
little
back to code. This is just like his question there. There's a should and then there's a shall. So
That's in the
shall you or should you?
you should.
Should you?
Well,
Should you? Everybody else is
what
doing. We
what
say that
people
we
don't
do it, but
know is
shall? I
they
don't know.
go they just turn the hose on. They don't take it out. You got to pull that if you got and if it's one of those inch and a half hoses that just is hanging on all those little pins, you got to yank that whole baby out before you turn it on.
The last loop is going to give you water. If you turn it on before you run, it's supposed to be pinched, and once you yank the last loop, it's designed to pop that, and then water's coming.
Oh, okay. And what the whole hose just comes out and unwinds?
Yeah. So the way I've seen it, we rack the first loop gets locked into like a pincher, and then you put your all the rest of the loops against that. The last loop has a little safety seal, like your extinguisher safety seal,
Yep.
and it's supposed to fire hose tag and everything. So you could literally turn the hose on, and it fills up to the first loop, and just run with your hose. Once you yank the last loop, you're gonna get water pressure. That's the way I understand it, at least.
Yeah, so with no
Then hang
training and you
on.
just see something's on fire and they're like hose and then they're trying to use it and then they're in there and they're not helping and they're maybe putting themselves in harm's way.
Right.
Happy birthday,
Wouldn't
Bobby's
be a good thing.
daughter. My baby turned 2. It's crazy. Shout out to
That's
Monique,
insane.
HR, payroll, and job scheduling. Oh, payroll. She's the most important one in there.
Yeah.
That's my wife.
Oh, is it?
Who wrote that?
Danielle. Who wrote that?
My scheduler in the office, man, she's like the backbone of the company, man.
Oh, she does all. One
Shout
lady
out
does
to
all the
Rebecca.
scheduling.
There's one lady that does no, she does like service and and she's like if I need something or if I have a question, like she's my go-to. She's who I call.
There's a lot to just have one person doing scheduling, isn't it?
Well, we have a separate person doing inspections.
Inspection scheduling, right? Like an inspection manager and
Yeah,
then like
right.
a
Hmm.
contract manager or whatever.
Right, but I call her for everything. I know she doesn't like it probably,
Is
but
that the one that was
she's
strangling you?
fast. Yeah. Yeah, because I call her a lot.
She
I
hates you.
told I told I told my wife on the way home from the gym the other day, I think it was like earlier this week. I was like, "Man, I want to do something for her, like something nice, but I don't want it to be weird." You know, it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
for real.
we got two
Whoa.
girls in the office. Two girls in the office. One of them being my wife, and they both make a good team. They get it done in here. There's a lot of phone calls that come in, and the guys could cause some trouble sometimes, write ups and late reports or whatever. So I got to give them a shout out. Yeah, good team in
Yeah,
here.
you need someone said that in one of my comments too, because we're always like blue collar this and blue collar that, and it's like, but you need those white collars in the office to like behind the scenes to
yeah.
make all this shit work. Like I'm not pulling permits and like I'm not like the email guy. I look at the
No.
emails
Yeah.
and I respond to if I have to them, but I'm not like an email guy, you know?
Today you kind of got to be. You kind of got to just pick it up
Yeah, well,
because
I
you're
read them. I don't necessarily send much. I don't send many emails unless they're like directly asking me a question.
if it was a tool, you'd be all over it, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Tools,
I read
tools,
my I read my emails. It's just like I'm not like an email sender. I'd rather just call you. Like if I have something I need to tell you, I'm just gonna call you
Me too. Yeah,
instead of
especially if
like
it's
typing an
something technical.
email
I'm
and
not
then
gonna
like
explain that in the email.
Not
yeah.
only that, the big gap for waiting for someone to read it and get back to you, and then you reply and there's another gap. Yep, pick up the phone.
Yeah, you reply with a question, you answer the question, and then you reply back with another question. It's just like, screw
Damn, Paul.
this.
Paul inspects industrial lumber yards, prisons, coal mines, and flow testing hydrants. Paul, you gonna come on the show and tell us all about that? Oh, I took my
I want to
pen.
know more about coal
I
mines.
want to know more about coal mines too. I'm gonna make Paul come on the show. I brought my pen to the bank and I never fucking brought it home. At least it wasn't my Victaulic pen, but now I don't have a pen. Remind me, Paul, you're coming on the show. Silas,
You lost your
he
Victaulic
sent
pen?
me
Come on,
no
man.
no 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 my Victaulic pen's at work, but I have like here's my pen. Paul's World, coming on the show. When are you gonna come on? Then we got Silas says he sent me a video of a service call he posted the other day, 45 minutes, and he was sitting at the diner drinking coffee. Easy money. What is that? Are you talking
And
about me? That wasn't
I
me.
finally got, Wells Lacrosse to answer the phone, and he's coming on.
Oh,
So we're
that's the
gonna do
15th of
Stump the
August, right?
Master. Yeah,
Stump the
we're gonna
Master.
do Stump
Hey,
the
did you
Master.
did you meet that quota the other week?
So I would have, but one job did not go through in time. It was like
Send
$25,000,
me the code.
and I got it this month, but I was at 75,000 in 1 week.
Nice.
That was my challenge.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
right
was.
now I should get I go on vacation next week. So on Thursday next week I'll be doing the show in Florida. But I think I should end. I'm hoping as long as if I can go out there and have another meeting and actually sit down with the regional for this building, I'm thinking I should end the month while I'm in Florida over 100 grand.
Nice.
That would be sick. Paul, the 17th of
Good,
Yeah.
August, Paul. I'm putting
good
you down.
stuff, man. And
Thank you.
Bobby's
Thank
just
you.
strictly hands on, huh? Getting it done.
Yep. Yep.
Reels.
Reels, baby.
Reels, baby.
Oh well, and then I forgot to post my reel on I had a busy Tuesday, and then so when the show got off, and then you got off, I was talking with Leon, and he's like, "Dude, you didn't post a reel today," and I'm like, "I didn't." And so then I just go on my phone, and like in 1 second I post it, and he's like, "How'd you do that so fast?" I'm like, dude,
Dropping the ball.
I got
He's dropping
20
the ball.
I got 20 drafts. I could just that's like sometimes I just get anxious. Like my phone's like, you got too many drafts, and that's the days that I fire off like four of them.
Oh
I'll
wow.
get in a groove and I'll make like 5 reels. And just
It
keep them
takes
in the
Yeah,
time.
shot.
I had someone take a picture of us in the it was an employee
Oh, I seen that.
took a picture of me and a guy in a pump room today, and I was like, man, can I have that?
I did see that.
Good for you. That's what you got to
Yeah, but it's
do.
just so hard. I'm in there like teaching classes or I'm doing a meeting, and I can't be like, hey, do you mind if I put my phone over here and record us talking? Like it's just weird.
Close
So
up
Tripod.
of fire suppression.
I try my best.
Paul, I got you down for August 17th to come on and talk about coal mines and all other stuff that you were just saying. Let's
So Wells of
go.
Cost, he's gonna come over to the house, to my house. We're gonna sit down.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Brian says, "Oh, I got Wills across. He's coming over." I'm like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I went from like 0 to 100. He's just gonna come to your house.
So
You
I've
gonna
never met him,
Are you gonna
but I
sit him in the
have
crock pot?
I've contracted him. No, no, no. We're not gonna put him in the crock pot because I'm in here dying. We're gonna be at the kitchen table. I'm gonna kick the girls to the back, but I am gonna make Sarah cook for us though, for
Yeah, cook
sure.
something. I put the air conditioner on before the show and I let it run for like 2 hours. But if I have it on now, you guys can hear it.
I couldn't hear it though
Yeah, you can.
when we tested it.
Yeah, you can't. But when I rewatched on the YouTube, I can hear it, and I can see that it's making a little bit of noise on the thingy.
Okay, perfectionist Bobby.
YouTube will come back and they'll be able to hear the. So we just go like
Hey,
this.
Bobby,
Yeah, what
I
up?
I
got a
got
question.
you.
I
Yep.
got a question for you. All your videos, you're by yourself working. Is that like a daily thing, routine?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm alone. Actually, work it just kind of picked up right now. I just got like super overloaded with work, so now I'll have a guy with me probably for the next couple weeks, little Bobby. Little Bobby's
I
job
like the.
kind of ended, and then mine picked up, and you also another thing, don't feel weird with telling people to ask take a picture, asking people to take a picture, take a video. Like that's what I tell Bobby, little Bobby. I'm like, yo, get a video of this.
So
So
he's your.
how'd you pick up your speed on that pipe machine, man? I see your skills
Which one? Oh, the threading machine.
on the 300. I see you
Just
flipping the cutter and
just
spinning
run.
it as it
Just,
goes
yeah,
up.
just
I like the I look at that stuff. Good stuff.
yeah, I had a I had a fitter that wanted that thing spun off. It better be spun off. He hated going to it and having to spin it off. I'm like, you want to? All right, I'll fucking spin it off. But just
Yeah, I
15 years, man. So as an apprentice, we would have jobs where when I worked for the non-union company where I started, they would do this thing where when we were piping heads, we would have way too many apprentices. You'd have a couple good fitters there, but you would have like 10 apprentices, and we would call it dueling machines. You'd put two 300s facing each other, and one apprentice would be doing the arms, and one apprentice would be doing the drops. And like whoever was on the ladder would just be calling their measures out, and so you're just like staring at this other apprentice on the machine all day, trying to make your arm over faster than he can make the drop, and it's just like, yeah, you turn into a competition, you get fucking fast, you know?
yeah.
If
We were
people aren't
always
telling you to
racing.
get, you can always get faster at stuff. Whatever you're doing, you can do it a little bit faster and then a little bit faster, and then you just get to the
That's the
point
goal.
where it's
So I
like
thought about taking so on Monday, Tuesday, Sarah's sister, so she's staying with us from Columbia for a little while. And I was thinking about having her record me doing some live cold calls. Like I put it on speaker and I just let y'all hear how I cold call.
that you'd probably get some traction with that. I would listen to those. Just how you started off.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bobby, you were talking about calling out measurements. Uh, we pick up guys all the time, and we got a guy, had a long time experience. But you bring in new people in, and then you got certain ways of doing things. I like to call pipe measurements. You know,
yes. I'll
take your
force
takeouts
I
out.
will force that on the whole job, dude, because you're really messing with the apprentices. So we were on the big job and we would have one of the fitters is giving out center measurements, so the apprentice has got to minus the elbow himself, and he's
Yeah,
cutting for another fitter who's already minusing. I'm like, why? As soon as I'm
yeah,
measuring my arm over, it's automatic that I'm minusing my fitting. I'm
yeah.
I'm giving whoever I'm yelling the measure to is getting the pipe measure, or if it's a drop, I want from finish to end of thread. But you should be
Yep.
not. I don't like to say dumb it down, but you got to dumb it down for them and keep
No, I mean,
everybody on
yeah,
the same
yeah, you're right.
page.
I think everybody on the same page. Consistency. That's
And
gonna keep it.
I think
You know.
calling out the pipe length and not with the fitting is the way to go.
Yeah,
sure.
pipe length for sure. And then
Yeah.
with the reliable G5s, I like that little ridge that's on the protective cup that tells you finished sealing. And so now, if I'm giving my measurements from that little red line on the cup, and you're giving your measurements the old school way from the concealed cup, the metal part of the cup, right? Mine are going to be an inch longer. The apprentice needs to know where to measure from, so you ought to all be measuring either from that line or from the cup. And I'll measure from the cup if that's like what the majority of the crew is doing. But yeah, you should all be giving the apprentice the same measure. And this is something that should be talked about at the beginning of the shift if it's a new people.
Right. 401s, you guys measure to the back of the bow?
So, and that's 401. I
Yeah.
only know that because of BC the Sprink. I think I call them donkey dicks.
Yeah, you do.
Right? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Isn't it the technical term? I believe it's the technical term.
That's what I call them, man. The donkey dicks. So I don't, man. I don't know if I
Canopies.
can't remember the last time I put one of them in. We don't use those.
Oh,
No,
okay.
They're not letting me put
We
I
that
just quite
see
big.
them, but I don't use them.
Where do you use those? Usually like outside or what?
Yeah,
restrooms,
it's usually attached to dry systems.
surface mounted lights. Where you got surface mounted light, that deflector's
Oh,
got to be below, spray
okay.
underneath.
Yep, you're right. That's
It's less common nowadays. LED lights changed it all up.
I'm
You
using
know.
always concealed. Like everybody wants concealed.
Hmm.
I'm missing so many comments. You guys are commenting away today. Appreciate you. Should I read some comments real quick?
Thanks,
Let's read
guys.
some comments here. Happy birthday again. We need a demonstration, Vince. Send me the. Oh, Daryl wants the code of the hose. What do you want a demonstration of? See, I gotta read these when they come, or I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You gotta send Daryl the code for the hose, if you got it. Cali is taking over tonight. There is a lot of Cali people in this right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
You guys gotta be half the show. Represent. We got 430 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed,
So
please
when we
subscribe.
first started, there was a lot of followers in Canada, like a lot.
Yo, they're still here.
Now it's California.
Yeah, for real. I would love to discuss coal mining, fire suppression, Brunt Workwear Ambassador. I'm trying, kid. Maybe they'll sponsor the show. We'll get Brian some boots, too. Come on.
Let's go.
Look at the flick of the wrist. 17th of August is great. I dragged my Rigid 300 groover threader and pipe wrenches through the mine.
Oh,
What, bro? Can you get like a mine cart? Yo, like a Minecraft mine cart? Come on, back.
With a rigid in it?
What about
hey,
I want a video
you
of
gotta
that.
get a cordless. You gotta get a cordless. Yeah, bro. You gotta take videos of this shit down there. Where are you
you gotta have
located?
a headlight, right, on the helmet.
Yeah, he's gotta have a headlight. Shout out to Vincent Jr. at Redline. Such a hard
A big
worker.
one too.
We're so proud of you, Sonny, and love you. Salma.
Oh, that's my new grandbaby right there, little Sonny. Yeah, brand new grandbaby,
Wow.
single of the mile baby.
Awesome.
Wow,
Congratulations.
Cinco de Mayo,
So
baby.
the family's watching. Shout
That's
out
awesome.
to them.
Yeah,
Love you guys.
that's Selma. Yeah, we love him. He's awesome on Instagram. We're borrowing him for a little bit right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed the communication and the camaraderie when you got on Instagram. We're sharing back and forth and sending messages back, you know.
And everybody's
That's been
doing something
fun.
a little bit different, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the same, but everyone's like doing something a little bit different. I love it. Everyone's like, and
Yeah, there's a
everyone's
lot of guys. A
there's
lot of guys I'm talking to now on Instagram, all because of the show or sharing, tagging everybody.
that's it.
So really cool.
It's we gotta band together as sprinkler fitters nationwide. Doesn't matter if you're union or non-union. We're banding together as sprinkler fitters who are installing a life safety system. Or maybe you're doing fire alarm, or maybe you're designing it, or maybe you're pulling permits, or maybe you're a fireman, or however you're involved. You're involved. Mustache is on point today. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. Oh, you guys are great. Different companies with one common goal. Let's
For
go.
sure.
We got 5 likes. Come on, hit some more.
For
Hit the like
sure.
button. How many of you guys are in here? There's 16 of you in here right now, and there's only 5 likes.
So I am curious. So you started, you guys started all together, let's say 30 years, right? So what have you seen in the industry that's changed? So we've noticed that the apprentices are getting older, and then it's an older industry, and we're having trouble getting younger guys in here, and it's concerning. Would you say
Yeah.
you see the same way as a business owner?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. What I seen change a lot is like fittings. Fittings. There wasn't no thin wall back in the day. Thin wall pipe, jack tees, mechanical tees, whatever you guys calling them.
Mech T.
You know, the groove fittings were barely coming out. When I was really
Hi,
young.
Darian.
But you guys probably never heard of any cut grooving by hand with like a ratchet cutter. You guys seen the ratchet threaders, the hand threader with a
Yep.
ratchet
Yeah.
on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We used to use a 6-inch ratchet, and it was like a cut groove, like the kind you would use on your machine. And that was on the ratchet. And you had to crank it, crank it, crank it. And once it starts smoking, you got to really start cranking because now your chips are flying off. So you're doing like you're just chipping away at the groove by hand. And we had older
What?
foremen, and they had us young guys cranking on these things. As soon as they see smoke, you're already tired when the smoke starts. But once the smoke starts, you got to keep cranking, cranking, cranking. Then the
Jeez.
foreman will jump on there and keep cutting. Another guy will jump on. A 6-inch groove would take, I don't know, before, morning time to lunch for 2 grooves or something.
Really?
Oh my God. Cut
That
groove by
long?
hand.
And
We,
that was standard?
well, you go to these old sprinkler systems like in Los Angeles, 30s and 40s buildings, and a lot of the 6 inches like threaded 90s at the top of it,
Mm.
6, 8 inch
That's what you see out
pipe.
here.
Yeah, so we would have to get some of that Schedule 40 down, cut a groove in it, and then take off from there, to add some rack systems. We had a lot of dry systems in the freezers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you guys got all the dry valves up there with your cold weather. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We don't
I
get
have
to
a lot
see
of dry valves here too.
So many dry
Yeah, we don't
valves.
get to see it. We don't get to see it that often.
Every building will have a couple dry valves.
Yeah.
Typically.
Every building, I would say high rise in Atlanta has one. They typically have parking decks attached to the building.
Right.
Yeah. Another crazy thing is like being in the industry so
What
long,
in the
and I
world?
wanted to bring this up. I know we're running low on time, but
Oh, we got
you
time.
start young at a certain company, and for me it was called Regoli Fire. I think I was like 19, 20, going in there, and I met some friends, and with these same friends we fitted all the way to the end, and I still talk to them today. But that Regoli Fire sold out to a Costco company that turned into Simplex. Long story short, it changed hands. And when I started my company, they hired me on as a sub. They had a bunch of work, so we're taking whatever we can get. So we'd go sub for Simplex. They invite me over to see some plants. I walk in there, and I see the secretary, the salesman, the engineer, everybody from when I was 19. They're like, Vince, is that
What?
you? It was nuts. It was nuts. Yeah. And the guy who invited me in there was Dan Wozab. He was a designer for another company that I worked for was Jim Wozab, service engineering. Big guys in the industry. They know a lot of people, but it's nuts being in the industry for so long. You just go catch up with different people.
You just keep
You know,
seeing the same
Yeah, I
people.
mean, I'm going to have a lunch with a buddy of mine that I've known for 12 years in the fire protection industry,
yeah,
and we're going to meet up and I think it's important. So I reached out to him and I try to do this often. So I try to keep up with the people like in my life because it's so easy. And I think especially with men, we don't reach out like that. And I think it's so easy to lose track.
yep,
Yep.
yeah. These older guys taught us so much. So I mean, we keep in touch. Keep in touch with them. Some of the guys ain't here anymore. A lot of the guys that I fitted with for a long time, growing up, we all said, "Hey, let's start a company together. Let's start a company together." There was 4 or 5 of us, and solid there was 4 of us. Like 15, no, 20 years ago, there's 4 of us. 3 out of the 4 of us got our own fire sprinkler companies today. So
Wow.
pretty awesome.
That's
Yeah, pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah, and we were all racing each other, trying to
Yeah.
run, trying to carry all the tools and fittings, and that was kind of silly. Your bags were like 100 pounds, and
Cameras
you're
are
just running.
Right.
illegal? Cameras are illegal in the coal mines? Oh, my heart is broken, Paul. The phones are a fire
Ooh.
hazard?
Damn.
Because of static?
What? What about a GoPro?
Um,
Man, that's a bummer. What about a GoPro, kid? Can we hide a GoPro? Like, cut it under your shirt, cut a little hole, just get us a little bit of something? Different companies, one common goal. How did I miss that one? But I see that one already.
I wonder if they search you before you go in.
You are allowed to use throughway cameras. My man Daryl, what is a throughway camera? I want to see. I want to see in the mind. I think that if we
A
could ever
throughway?
go and help somebody on a job and see something, I'm going right to a fucking coal mine. I'm here for the stash. Oh, that's Alex. Oh, that's it. You got to make your own YouTube, old man. All right, get off your kids. Our company
So how
is Mennonite owned, so you have plenty of young apprentices are plentiful and helpful. The batteries.
how did you guys get started on the dope and tape? Like, what made you guys do dope first, tape second?
Well, my father's and then my first foreman always did dope and then tape because it's cleaner.
Me too.
And yeah, it's been the
I
same
did.
way
Like
for
so he
Bobby.
he cold called me one day and I answered. I always answer. We literally had dinner. We were eating dinner and then I had to go out and feed the chickens. Like I was out of the kitchen for like 3 minutes. I got that 50-pound bag of chicken feed over my head and all the fun. My wife and there's a few people that have like an emergency ring. Got a special ring for certain people that will go past my sleep. It will wake me up if I have do not disturb on. Anyways, I hear that emergency ring, so I'm like, I got the bag. I'm still pouring the food. I answer my phone. She's like, "Where'd you go?" I'm like, I'm out feeding the chickens. I'll be right back. But anyways, I always answer my phone. And so Instagram calls and it's Brian and that was that. I don't know. After that, we just like hooked up. We were sharing shit and then like I don't know, within weeks we started a podcast.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I tripped out on that story. You guys met for the first time Vegas, I think it was.
And we met for the
Yeah.
first time in
Yeah.
Vegas and like we didn't really think of like a lot. It wasn't like we had a bunch of podcast names to pick from. We just like that was the first thing that we came up with, right?
Yeah, it was the
That
first
was like
thing.
the
Like I
first
said,
thing.
what about dope and tape? And he was
Dope
like,
and
"Yeah,
tape.
that's good." I said, "Okay, cool,
That's
let's
good. All right,
go."
sweet. Let's make a
That's
logo.
it.
And we told people to make us a logo, and you guys are better sprinkler fitters than logo makers. I'll tell you that.
That
Was
was the biggest thing for me when I caught your show. Dope and tape was big for us coming up. You know, when we first started, it was either tape or dope. It was never both. I think it was dope on pipe and tape on heads when I was young.
Mm.
And then I get to a different company, and we had just trash barrels, like big 55-gallon barrels of the blue dope. And you get your little bucket, you fill up your bucket for the day, whatever.
oh, it's blue.
But
Yeah, we
we
get that.
were really,
We get white dope like that. 55-gallon drum, and you got ladles. You got to ladle it into a little. It gets
yeah, we
everywhere.
we we were not worried about staying clean because we had coveralls. We were always dirty. It was nasty, but coming out this way toward the Inland Empire and crazy winds, and you're doing tilt ups, and you're prepping a bunch of pipe. You got like sand blowing in the air, whatever. So we figured that dope under the tape, sand, it wouldn't stick. The
It doesn't.
dirt
You get
wouldn't
the
stick.
sand.
Pre
It's it. And then
pre
when you
prep
when you
pipe.
lay out all your pieces on the ground, I know the majority of sprinkler fitters as we prep it, we're laying it out so we can see what we're looking at, and the dope doesn't start getting on all the floor, all the spots on
Yeah.
all over the floor because it's hidden under the tape.
Yeah.
I need some swag, Bobby. Hook me up, yo, Eric. It's right
It's
here.
on the website.
It's right here. Ready? Am I pointing to it? Find our
Let's
merch. Dope and tape. My spread shop. Actually, it's this way. I gotta go from here this way. It's backwards.
and it's good quality stuff
It
too.
really, yeah, it
It's
is.
not like an iron on,
And
it's all
something
screen
that a lot of
printed.
people don't realize is that you can customize it. So like this doesn't come on the hat. You could put whatever you want there. You could put it right here. You can put it on this side. You could zoom the logo in. You can move the logo over. Same thing with the shirts. You can make the logo
I
big,
didn't
put it
know
in the
that.
middle. You can put the on that
Yeah, the
website.
logo's a little small.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could enlarge it.
yeah, you could have zoomed that in probably. Well,
Yeah.
some of them might be maxed out. I think the trucker hats are a little bit they don't let you go as big, but
You seen the little pins with the sprinkler head pin? I gotta
oh
give this
yeah,
Oh
guy
that's
yeah, the
credit.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson.
That's
Yeah.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireproof garage. And then of course I had to put one on the fitter hat, sprinkler
Yeah,
fitter hat. So yeah, pretty cool. I watched the Sprinkler podcast too. I thought I put an order in. I got to follow up because I never received the package, but
Which one?
try to
Oh,
oh
support
really?
everybody.
oh,
With
Chris,
Chris?
Chris,
Yes,
the Fire
yes.
Sprinkler podcast,
Canada, right?
Canada A.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the goat. I think he was the first one.
he was the
He's our
first
buddy. He's
one.
our buddy now. So we'll be going to AFSA. I don't know. Together, we'll be together. I don't know if we're still going together or what, but AFSA will probably have more time to hang out with Chris and do some more recording.
I like what he's doing with the fire hoses. That's nuts.
Super
Dude,
cool.
that's so
I
cool.
bought a hose.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see him lining it all up, you know. And I'm
Go
Yeah.
to
hoping first
go to
year is
firesprinklerpodcast.com and you go to support the Camp Bucko Fund and you get a hose for $20 and our friend Chris is gonna put hoses together and I don't know how long it actually is, but it's like 70 miles or something crazy, isn't it?
Who's gonna
wow.
help?
I don't. That's what I asked. He said whoever he needs everybody to help. You're gonna be hunched over, and then they're trying to like loop it back and forth so they don't have to go like all the way across Canada. But that's a cool thing. That's gonna be the world record longest fire hose world record. So there's no way that I wasn't gonna buy a $20 hose and be a part of that. I think I got hose
Yeah.
256. Take
Yeah, I
my
gotta get me
money.
a hose.
Y'all need some breathable mesh shirts for this heat. Okay, I got you. See what happened
Right.
is when we first did the website, it was overwhelming. There was like I don't know 500 things, and my Bobby brain just clicked everything. And
Does he want like the gay pride mesh, or
yeah, what
does he
kind?
want like
No, I think
you want sports
more like fishnet. You're thinking. I think he wants like I know what he wants.
like the athletic,
He
like a
wants
Under
high.
Armour
He wants some
dry
high
fit kind of
vis.
thing?
He wants some high vis mesh. Damn, I don't have one fucking handy.
I don't know if you should call it mesh. Makes
Mesh?
me think of the gay pride stuff.
Are you thinking of fishnet?
Maybe like dry fit, you know?
Dry fit. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell him. You gotta say dry fit, all right? Don't say mesh. It makes Brian uncomfortable when you say mesh. The
Hey, you
bad.
guys, I do gotta say before we cut out of here soon, we're always looking to network with people. Shout out to Marvette linking up with us. A lot of the guys that I'm talking to, some guy in Texas we're talking to, a lot of different people we're talking to. We're always looking for new talent to come to the door. And if anybody out there needs our services, we do almost everything. And we're alarms, fire alarms away from full service at this
Awesome.
point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's Redline in Southern California, right?
Yeah, we're in Colton, California. We try to stay in the Inland Empire, Riverside, Orange County, but we got to do what we got to do. We go where we got to go.
That's it. We got
That's
a lot of
awesome.
people out there. If anybody's looking for a job, you can go holler at Redline.
I got to
Yeah.
give you guys a bunch of credit, though, man. This is a cool show. You guys are bringing a lot of people together. Just started talking to a bunch of people because of the show. So big ups to you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
I love
We're
it. I love
excited for the
talking to everybody,
future.
all the
And of
different
course, we
people.
couldn't do it without you guys. There's no way.
For real. Just
Yeah,
be
I got to get some sales tips from you. I'm going to call you.
Oh, he's got
Give me
all
a
the sales
call.
tips.
Give me a call.
That's what I've been telling him. We got to try to make content on sales, but it's like tough. It's tough. That's a tough type of content to
It's
make.
tough when I'm like person to person, you know?
Yeah, because you got that person's got to be willing.
Right.
Where
And,
me,
and,
I'm
and
just
like a
like,
good friend of mine in a way. Like I have to have that report to ask them,
yes, sir.
you know?
The link up was great, brother.
When I
Thanks.
was a brand
Shout out
new
to Redline.
contractor, I had a ton of time, so I was knocking on doors. Got a bunch of no's. After the years, the phones just start ringing, and of course, without a whole lot of talent, with a whole lot of guys, you only,
Man,
you can only do so much.
ta,
So I just stopped.
ta.
I stopped doing cold calls. I stopped going out. We got our, good foundation, good customers, but more guys come in, more sales we got to do. And
I'll leave us with a sales tip for cold calling real quick. Let's say I call a customer and it's a woman, and she's like, I'm fine. We have special pricing. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I don't need any other services. I don't have time for a meeting. Just blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I understand, but what if? What if I'm cheaper? What if I could even if I just match the price, what if I could do better services? What if you're more comfortable with us? What if I can, handle more things and then that it's just an easier, simplified fashion? I mean, what if? Like, let me just come and introduce myself. And then
it isn't going to cost
immediately
you.
it's like they think like, oh, well. And usually I get a meeting. I'm just like, let me just introduce myself. I don't really need to sell nothing. Just let me introduce myself. And
That's it.
it's pretty well because I mean that anytime I don't know if think this is psychological. They're like, no, I don't want it. And then I'm like, well, what if?
What
I
if?
got a question. How many people you got to talk to before you get the right person on? That's what I want to know. Like, who's the
That
person?
that's a hard one.
Yep.
That's so typically all so the name of the game is to chase proposals. You're chasing proposals. So my whole idea is to do whatever I got to do to get that proposal. And then once I get it, I worry about who I need to talk to. So if I have to go through a low metal, if I got to walk with a janitor who doesn't speak English to get my proposal together, then I will. And then once I get it together, then I'm meeting with the person who's making the decisions. And then I'm like, hey, I got this together. Let's talk business. And this is what I can do for you. And this is where you can sign. So I'm not really chasing who I can talk to. I'm chasing the proposal.
Chase the proposal.
Yep.
You heard it
Makes
from the
sense.
sales master right here. Dope and Tape Live. How am I ever going to be that charming? Steve, what up? Glad you can make it right at the end. It's an hour and 5 minutes. Thank you for joining us. Let's see if anybody hit
Thank
the
you
like
guys.
button last time Oh, look at that. Huh? You guys hit the like button. All I had to do was look at you and tell you. Thank you. Do that same thing as the subscribe button.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on for sure.
Thanks for coming
Man,
on,
thank
man.
you so much for
Appreciate it.
coming on Instagram and coming on the
Thanks
show.
for tagging me
And
all the time.
we enjoy hanging out with you. You know, I feel like I'm there with you on the Instagram. I'm there with the
It's
whole
crazy,
crew.
right?
Yeah, I've been trying to get on for about a month and a half, but it's like busy, busy. You
Yeah,
know, you
that's
got to
it.
do this, you got to do that.
I got the
But
calendar in
Yeah.
front of me right now. If anybody else wants to come on, we got Coal Mine Paul coming on the 17th. What do we got next week? What day is it, kid? We got the Boston Plumbing Monster calendar. I bought this calendar thinking that we could have the Boston Plumbing Monster on, but he just ignored us. It's all right. It's okay. Oh, we got the Fire Protection podcast coming on Tuesday. Drew Slocum, so that'll be fun. He's like
That's awesome.
he's affiliated with Inspect Point. Maybe he owns Inspect Point.
oh yeah, I watched that one too.
Maybe he is Inspect Point.
I think he is Inspect Point.
So Fire Protection Podcast, Inspect Point, Drew Slocum. That's going to be an exciting episode. And what do I got? I still don't know what we're doing on the 27th. But then we got Sean from NFPA coming on the 1st. And I'm going to try to get as much out of NFPA 241 I can. But if you guys have any questions for NFPA, we got Sean coming on Monday, our first NFPA, our first person from NFPA.
Which is awesome. And by the way, which is really cool, is I had a meeting with NFPA when we were in Vegas. I think I talked to him for about an hour, just about everything that we were doing in the industry and stuff. And they are overly supportive of Dope and Tape. Like they're all about it. And
Who?
they're
Who? Oh, sorry.
excited that
Who was that? I didn't listen. Who's all?
NFPA.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Because who? I mean, they want people. They want people showing
Yeah.
what's going on there. Who's there with a camera? We're the only ones walking around with a camera. You, me, and Chris,
Right.
right? There's no other cameras.
Yeah, that's it.
Everyone's like looking at you like, what's this guy doing with the camera and the tripod? Like, listen, buddy, you'll see us on YouTube.
And you know, it's comments like you, and then the comments that we get from Instagram saying, "Hey, we appreciate you. We love what you're doing. Thank you for doing this." Because like this is a lot of work. I mean, I mean, with the reels and then the podcast and getting everything together, and then also now
Big flex.
traveling. You know, it's a lot of work. Now we love it. It's our passion,
I
but
have a demo tomorrow
it
with Inspect
definitely
Point.
motivates us.
Is that an in-person? Is that an in-person demo, Rich? I'm all in on Dope and Tape. Later, y'all. Paul, thanks for the support, brother. You
Thank
gotta
you,
find
Paul.
the MAN. You gotta find the MAN. It's the person with the money, the authority, and the need. I
Oh,
like
that's a
that.
good one.
I like that one. The
Broke it
money,
down.
the authority, and the need. Thanks, Brian. I will sell some stuff tomorrow at work. Yo, sell it. This is awesome. This is a good show. We went. This might be our longest one. Hour and 10 minutes. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped my first question on your Discord the other day. I had a question on some standpipes and stuff, but
Oh. Did you put it in the question section?
yeah, I don't know. I'm barely learning how to use that thing.
Oh, let me
I think
see.
it was just a conversation.
Hold on. I had.
I had no idea there was a question section.
Oh no, I got an apprentice question section. So it's not in there. What's your name on here? Redline?
Redline Vincent, probably. I think
Oh no, it's our boy Nick
it
talking
was just
about.
a general conversation area. I think,
It's our
but it was
boy.
about about flowing standpipes, hydraulically designed standpipes, and I guess the book calls it manual or automatic. Everybody hears manual and they think of a dry system, with the FTC.
Look, Brian's
But
getting yelled
they're
at.
talking about
Brian's in
wet
trouble.
standpipe.
Are you in trouble, Brian?
Dude, at 10 o'clock every time.
Is
She's
she
like,
telling us to hurry up?
It's bedtime. It's
It's
bedtime.
Time to
10.
cut
It's
it.
10
Time to
past
cut
10.
it.
All right, you've had them all day, Sarah.
We still got daylight over here.
It's my time
Oh,
with
really?
Bry Guy. All right.
That's right.
Not just a Zoom meeting. Pop and I are starting up a business. Let's go. In the next couple weeks, you and your father starting up a business. Sick. That's our
That's awesome.
that's who got the boots.
Right on.
That's who won our boot giveaway. Sponsored by Rising Force Sprinkler.
So
Go give them
starting
a
a
follow.
business, yeah.
Rising Force Fire Sprinkler.
If you have any questions on which software CRM to use, if you need we have someone, if it's the right fit, looking for a if you need licensing from an engineer or anything like that, we have some contacts for that. So if you need any help, let us know.
Yeah, anything you need, Rich, let us know. And I want to know how that Zoom meeting goes with Inspect Point. I want to jump on that. I'm going to see if Inspect Point will let me have a Zoom meeting just so I can learn about it. All
I'm
right.
gonna have a Zoom meeting. I asked them too, and they said that they were gonna set it up with me as well.
Oh, did they reach out to you?
Yeah, finally.
Later that day, later that day, I
Yeah.
told him you were reaching out. I said,
Well, when the
back to-
sprinkler influencer
Get-
asked, that's when they get with me, huh? Well, Bobby said, so we got to do it. We got to do it. We've been ignoring him for months. So just Bobby said it though, so we gotta get on.
You're an ass. Oh, that's awesome. All right, what do we got? Anything before we go?
I'm good, man. Thank
Like,
you guys.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
It's free to
thank you,
come on.
guys.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone watching and liking and sharing. You guys are the best. Let's we got a good Friday tomorrow, right? Let's post some shit. Post some videos. Tag everybody.
Everybody take care.
Let's show Instagram.
Hey, hold
fire
on,
protection.
Redline. I want to make a bet with you, man. I
Uh-oh.
want to make
A
a bet.
A bet.
All right.
Yeah. All right, let's
go.
see here. If I win,
Oh Jesus.
I want a red line. I want a red line shirt.
Okay.
And then if I lose, then I gotta send you some dope and tape stuff.
I need a system sensor little screwdriver. I got the Potter. I seen your blue ones. If you got an extra one of those, we'll do a trade. What's the bet?
I'll send it to you. All right. How much should? It's one day. It's Friday. I got nothing lined up. I was gonna chill out on a Friday. How much you want to bet I could sell tomorrow?
Who calls the total?
You.
Oh man.
Oh,
One day, nothing set up. What can
so
I make
you were
happen?
saying, I don't know. It sounds like a setup to me. I'll send you a shirt anyway, though. But
He's already got like a $50,000 thing set up.
so you said 100,000 was a week, huh? And you were like pushing.
I think,
that was for 1 week.
That's been this month. So
Oh, that was the month.
yeah.
That was the month.
Oh no. So that last bet was 100,000 in a week.
Okay.
I needed to do that because I had nothing set up, and because I'm super competitive. I needed to make it happen. So
let's
yeah,
just
I
go with
ended up
25,000. 25,000.
25,000 tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal.
He's not gonna be listening.
if
He's
you
not gonna be
win-
answering any DMs tomorrow now.
If you
No.
win, you both get a shirt.
All right,
Yeah.
deal.
Okay. Oh, if he wins, he won't get a shirt?
No, you both get a shirt. Both
Oh,
of you
all
guys.
right. You better win, dude.
Yeah,
If anybody else out there wants a shirt that wants to wear a red line shirt, I'll send it.
Let's go.
$25,000
Love it.
tomorrow.
Oh, damn. Florencio says 69,000.
Have you ever tried to sell something? It's like, jeez.
Daryl says 3,000.
3,000? Nah, I could do more than 3,000.
Can you cancel your underwear, Brian?
Yes.
If you sell 100,000 in a week, I'll hire you right now. What the fuck?
What was that, Calvin Klein or something, Brian?
No,
Is that
it was
I love when we talk about
company
Brian and his
called-
underwear.
it was like an athletic brand for like whatever, some kind of sports,
Speedo.
mine was like combat sports.
You
so,
brought that
yeah.
onto yourself.
Oh,
you know?
that's right.
Like,
That's right. You were
I
fighting.
know.
People found it, and now
Yeah.
it's going to be there forever.
Some be there
Just
forever.
just to prove that I've been listening, the yogurt thing and everything with the pops. Yeah. Hey, I really like when you guys got the old guys on because they bring the old stuff, you know.
Let's
They bring
go.
the old
Yeah.
old tools. The old
Where's
tools
the
and
old
stuff.
guys? We need the old guys to come on.
I
Which
never thought that
we're
I was
trying to
going to
get
be with the old guys.
we're trying to get Darian's father to come on, the owner, the big guy. But yeah, like the older guys, it's tough because do they know how to use Zoom? Are they gonna use Zoom? Do they know what they're getting into? You know what I mean? Like the old guys that we really want to talk to, like the real old ones, the old timers that have experienced it all. Like, yeah, just get on a Zoom with us on YouTube. They'll be like, what, kid?
What is that?
What's Zoom?
Fashion
I think
Nova.
I consider myself part of the old guys, being 47 myself. I'm on that list now,
Yeah.
but never would have thought.
Mr. Peach. I like that. I like the Georgia Peach thing. Oh, she's gonna bug him about it. All right, let's see. Bug him about it. We'll get him on. We're gonna get the old guy on. You can steer the way. So that's what we got.
And hopefully that fire inspector's listening, or he'll catch on. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, fireman, fire inspector,
new
fire
to
chiefs, fire marshals, whatever you want. Come on, you know.
Yep.
We want to talk to you. The community wants to hear from you. All right, we gotta go.